Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from Sri Aurobindo and the Mother, Part 7, on Needs and Delight, from the Mother. Question: how can one receive from the divine what one is in need of? Mother: what do you mean by what one has need of? You turn towards the divine and you say, I am in need of this relation. I am in need of this affection. I am in need of this knowledge. I am in need of this material advantage. But are you sure that it is a need? I mean, a true need, and not rather an impression, a desire, a movement altogether ignorant? You know nothing about it. Not only that, but generally you do not make the experiment sincerely. You expect the divine to give you what you believe to be your need. Most often you do not even ask it of him, and at the same time you look for the satisfaction of your need in the life around you, through all sorts of external means. And also, have you formed a relation between the divine and yourself? Do you think of him? Do you turn to him with at least a certain sincerity in your attitude? No, you do not. And in fact, you reverse the roles. Far from trying to know and obey the divine will, it is your will that you want to impose on the divine when you tell him, I have need of that. And you do not ask him even whether he would like to give the thing to you. You say, I have need of that. Therefore, that must come to me. I have a right to it. The task of the divine is to give me whatever I am in need of. Otherwise he is not the divine. But the divine, being the divine, knows a little better than you what you are in need of, your true need, and it is that he will give you. All the same, if you insist upon imposing your will, he may grant what you desire to enlighten you, so that you may become conscious of your error. You may understand that it was not a need according to truth. In such a case, generally more evil than good results, and you protest, why has the divine given me a thing which hurts me? Forgetting wholly that it was you who asked for it. And if, on the contrary, the divine does not give what you desire, you protest still. How is it? I asked for it. I have need of it, and I do not get it. Whatever the divine may do, you protest. Protest always. But if instead of all that, you have in you simply an aspiration, an urge, an intense and ardent need to find what you conceive, more or less rightly, to be the truth of your being, the source of all things, the supreme good, the answer to all seekings, the solution of all problems. If you have in you this intense need and aspire sincerely for its realization, then you will not say to the divine anymore, give me this or give me that, or I need this, I need that. You will say, do for me what is required, and lead me towards the truth of my being. Give me what you, in your supreme wisdom, see the thing needed. Then you are sure of not making a mistake and not receiving anything that may harm you. One can take another step forward towards the truth, but that implies such perfection in self-surrender and self-giving that it is irrelevant to mention it here. The attitude of trust of which I spoke to you just now is already in itself a very much truer approach than the attitude which consists in telling the divine, I need this, give me. For in reality, very few people know truly what they need. Very few. The proof is that they are always in pursuit of the fulfillment of their desires. All their effort is towards this end, and each time a desire is fulfilled, they pass to another. And when you have sought much, made many mistakes, suffered more or less, met much disappointment, then sometimes you begin to be wise and ask if there was not some way to get out of the ignorance of desires and needs. It is then the moment to open wide your arms and say, here I am, take me, and lead me to the true path. How to learn true delight? Mother. First of all, you must find out, by close observation, that desires and the satisfaction of desires give only a vague pleasure, which is uncertain, mixed, fleeting, and altogether unsatisfactory. That is generally the starting point. Then you must learn to distinguish what is desire, and not only refuse to do anything for its satisfaction, but reject it categorically. After a time, more or less long, sometimes very short, you find out, as the Buddha did, that the joy you experience in mastering and overcoming a desire is infinitely greater than the little transient and mixed pleasure you may get by satisfying it. And that is the second step. Naturally, with such continuous discipline, desires will be kept at a distance, and they will trouble you no more. You will be free then to enter a little more deeply into your being and open yourself in an aspiration towards the giver of delight, the divine element, the divine grace. If this movement is done in a sincere self-giving, that is to say, if you give yourself, if you offer yourself without expecting anything in return, you will feel then a kind of warmth that is sweet, intimate, radiating, that fills your heart and is the forerunner of the true delight. Afterwards, the way is easy. I must add, however, that if you follow this discipline with the aim of finding the delight, you will delay its coming, for you introduce into your effort an egoistic element. It is no more an offering, it is a demand. Naturally the thing comes, it will come all the same, but after much more time and much more effort than when nothing is asked for, nothing expected, nothing hoped for, when it is simply a pure self-giving without bargaining of any kind. when it is a spontaneous aspiration and need, the need of being divine. That is all.